Welcome, everybody, to the Miami Sports Vibes YouTube channel for our weekly NFL show. Week 6 of the NFL season is here. I'm pretty excited. I just got some good news from my Miami Dolphins. Plenty of you guys that haven't seen the news yet. It's about Jalen Ramsey. And it says that six-time Pro Bowler Jalen Ramsey is far ahead of schedule recovering from that knee injury, and he could practice as soon as this week, which is awesome freaking news, man. I mean, Jalen Ramsey, what he's going to be able to provide for the Dolphins is something that we desperately need, and that is defense. All right. Help on the defensive side of things, especially from the cornerback position. You know, Ramsey is one of them ones, man. One of the best of them. He's going to open up, opportunities for Xavier Howard to have a little bit of better outings here going forward. That's big time news, man. That's big time news. So Jalen Ramsey, I will still be a little bit cautious here. I wouldn't push him too much. I think that it would probably be better if, we take our, slow approach to this, slow approach to it. Have Ramsey come back in December. There's no need to rush, but that is a good sign that he's at least being able to get on the practice field. That's big time news. As far as an NFL game, I would still, like I said, I would be very, very cautious. But that's big news for Dolphin fans, man. Jalen Ramsey on ahead of schedule with that knee injury. But let's get into business here. So it was a bit of a nice little week. I've been on a tear. George is going to join us here later on in the show today to give out his best. How about that last week, man? I mean, he went 9-4 last week. All right. His record speaks for itself. 32-17 when it comes to betting. I went 3-1 myself, improving my record to 16-8-1. So if you guys aren't tuning into this and, have sportsbook accounts and you're not taking our bets, we're not just throwing random ones, man. We're throwing stuff that we really believe can happen. So, the straight pick record is 51-27. My against the spread, 43-31. And 4, not too bad there. But let's get into it. NFL week 6. There is a game going on right now. The Ravens are winning that game. I also shared a play, which I'll talk about a little bit later on. I did tweet a play saying that Derrick Henry was going to score a touchdown to take that straight up, and it hit. I mean, I had a feeling Henry was going to get into the end zone. Pretty much every time, especially if he doesn't get one the game before, I'm definitely taking him the following week. I don't think Derrick Henry is the type of guy that goes 2 weeks in a row without scoring. And if he doesn't, I think that's good money right there. So let's get into our week 6 predictions here as we roll along the show. So right now, I did be straight up. I'm going to be honest with you. I did tweet this out at 9 a.m. just so everybody knows. I took the Ravens straight up in this game, but I took Tennessee plus 5.5. Right now, you see they're down by 8. Fourth quarter, 12 minutes. Still a lot of time left there, so hopefully I do cover that. But if not, we shall see. So let's go into the games. First, 1 o'clock game. All right, you got the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Cleveland Browns. Now, the Cleveland Browns are underdogs here. Why, you asked? Because the 49ers are that team. They're freaking good. They are a hell of a team, especially defensively. They pretty much look like the team to beat, honestly. They really do. I mean, they do it all. The Cleveland Browns, I like the Cleveland Browns. I like them. I like their defense. Not having Deshaun Watson obviously does changes things. Obviously, the injury to Nick Chubb, that also changes things. The 9.5, I was hoping that it went up to 10, but it didn't. I'm going to take the 49ers here. And I think it's an obvious pick, but I'm going to pick the Browns to cover. And many people might think, like, why the hell would you pick the Browns to cover? I like their defense. I like their defense against Brock Purdy, and I think they make this a game. I don't think the 49ers run away with this one like they've been doing throughout the season. So give me the Niners straight up, but give me the Cleveland Browns plus the 9.5 here. Next, the Washington Commanders taking on the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons are at home here. This is interesting to me, man. I actually really love the Falcons in this spot here. I'm going to take the Falcons straight up. I'm going to take the Falcons minus 1.5. And believe it or not, it is actually going to be one of my best bets that I'll share later on the show. So give me the Falcons here and give me the Falcons minus 1.5. Fading Ron Rivera in this scenario is what I'm doing. The next game we have the Carolina Panthers taking on my boys, the Miami Dolphins. So Dolphins are favored by 14.5 points, a big number. Yet again, you saw last week we were 13-point favorites over the New York Giants. Um, where do I go here, huh? Where do I go? I mean, it's obvious, isn't it? Obviously, I'm going with the Miami Dolphins. Now, do I lay the 14 and a half points here? I think the Dolphins score 31. I think this game ends like a 34-17 game. So with that being said, I am laying the 14 and a half. It's a big number. I hate doing that. I really do. But give me the Dolphins and give me the Dolphins laying the 14 and a half points there. Next, the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Chicago Bears. All right, so this is an interesting one. You got Justin Jefferson out. He's out, in IR. Kirk Cousins, there's a lot of, speculation. Is he going to waive his no trade clause? He stated that he's not. He's going to ride it out with the Minnesota Vikings. But nonetheless, the Vikings look like a mess. All right. But the Chicago Bears have also looked like a mess. However, DJ Moore and Justin Fields, 2 games in a row, have turned things around. And that looks like a pretty good sign for Chicago Bears fans and the Bears team. This team, however, both of these teams, they both have this can go either way. I mean, both have shown extreme bust potential. I'm going to lean with the Vikings to win this game. I think Kirk Cousins has a big game. What the Bears give up a lot of points to wide receivers. So I'm going to go with Kirk Cousins having a big game, even though Justin Jefferson is out. I'm willing to go with them. But I'm going to take the Bears plus the 3. I think the Bears have the opportunity to cover, maybe even push. Maybe the Vikings win by 3 points, but I like the spot here. I'm taking the Bears plus 3, but I'm taking the Vikings straight up. Next, division game, the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars are at home. They're favored by 3.5. Gardner Minshew, man, always makes games tight. I don't understand it. This dude just doesn't go away. He's like a guy in a boxing match that gets knocked out, but then he just keeps getting back up and back up. Shout out to Gardner Minshew, man. He's had a nice little career as a backup. I'm going to take the Jaguars here in this spot. It's a division game. I don't like laying more than 3 in a division game, but I'm going to do so here. I think Jacksonville at home makes a difference. I think Ridley has a big game, possibly gets into the end zone on this one. Give me the Jaguars and give me the Jaguars minus the 3.5 points here. Next, this line moved up. Interesting. So you got the New Orleans Saints taking on CJ Stroud and the Houston Texans. Houston is home here. The Saints are favored by 2.5 points. This is an interesting one. This line was 1.5 throughout the entire week, but it looks like this has jumped up now. So the Saints are minus 2.5 point favorites. This one right here is probably the one that I've had the most trouble on. I just can't get a grip. I just don't know which side I'd rather lean on here. This is a tough one. For me. It pains me to say this because I really love CJ Stroud and what the Houston Texans been doing, but I'm going to go the other way. My gut's telling me Saints, and I'm going to go with my gut. I got the Saints straight up, and I got the Saints minus 2.5 then. I think they win by 3, maybe more. I'm going to go with my gut here. Not too confident on that one. Wouldn't surprise me one bit if the Texans pull this one off, but I'm going to roll with the Saints here. Next, the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, listen, Joe Burrow had a game, man. I told you guys, I said, listen, Jamar Chase is going to have a game. I told you he was going to get into the end zone. That bet hit. He got a ton of targets. Burrow looked better. I don't know what he did. I don't know if he took a shot or something. I don't know, but that wasn't the Joe Burrow we've been used to seeing all season. So it appears that the Bengals are back. It appears that way. But Seattle's a good team now. Do not sleep on Seattle. This line was minus 2.5 favored by the Bengals throughout the entire week. This line has jumped to plus 3. I absolutely love that for the Seattle Seahawks. I'm going to go with the Bengals to win this game at home just because from what I saw from Joe Burrow and what I saw from Jamar Chase last week, even though they're going against a weak Cardinals team, they're at home here. I'm going to go with the Bengals. I'm going to go with the better team on paper, but I'm going to take the plus 3 for Seattle. I think Seattle covers this game. I think they could potentially even win this game. Seattle's a good team, man. They are a good team. Their rookies have been balling. DK Metcalf is a stud. Geno Smith can get the job done. Kenneth Walker is a beast. I like the Seahawks. I like the Seahawks to at least cover. But it is a toss-up. I would agree with Zell on this one. I think it's a toss-up. It wouldn't shock me. But because it's a toss up and you're getting plus 3 points, I like Seattle on that one. I really do. I really do. Next, the New England Patriots taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. This is a 4 o'clock game. This is in Las Vegas. The Patriots look like a freaking mess. I mean, complete mess. I faded them last week on my bets. I'm doing it later on today, as you'll see in just a minute. Come on, man. Like the Patriots, there's no way. There's no way I can back the Patriots. There's no way I can get them plus 2.5. I'm not taking either way. I mean, I don't know if it's Mac Jones going to be playing. And even if he does play, what have we seen from him? Christian Gonzalez still out. Judon's still out. This Patriots season has went just down, down, down. And it is it's been a bit of a joke here. So the Las Vegas Raiders, I'm gonna pick them to win this game, and I'm also gonna pick them to lay the 2.5. Um, George, I will get that to you in a minute, my man. I will get that to you in a minute. But I got you. Two trash teams toss up. Listen, I think Devontae Adams even scores on this one, man. The Patriots look god awful. I mean, they look like a complete freaking mess. Next on the board, we got the Detroit Lions taking on the Tampa Bay Bucks. Now the Bucks are set to have their creamsicle jerseys from what I hear. So I think they're going to look pretty swaggy in them, but I don't think that makes a difference, man. I think the Detroit Lions are a good ass football team. They've been surprising me, honestly. Like I did not believe in the Lions. I know they got the preseason hype, but I was kind of on the fence, like saying like, chill now. They got to show me. What they've been able to do thus far has impressed the hell out of me. Sam Laporta, that dude's a freaking stud. I mean, his upside is tremendous. I think that guy's going to have a nice career in the NFL. So shout out to Sam Laporta. David Montgomery has been doing big things. Lions offense as a whole has been awesome. I'm going to pick the Lions here, and I'm going to also pick them laying 3 points. I think they win by more than 3 here. But the Bucks can absolutely cover. But I just freaking love what I've seen from the Lions offense. You see, Zell says Todd Bowles is a horrible coach. Yeah, he honestly is, man. I don't understand how he still has a job. He just manages to just hang in there, to linger around. But Todd Bowles, I think it's time to part ways with Todd Bowles, man. Next, the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Los Angeles Rams. This game is in LA. -7 is the spread. So the Rams are favored by 7 points. This was 6.5 through the week. I did take it at -6.5. I love that. I think the Rams win this game by at least a touchdown. I like the Rams here. Cooper Kupp is back. He looked freaking like he didn't look like he missed a step at all. I mean, damn, talk about a talented wide receiver in Cooper Kupp. I mean, what he did was tremendous. Like just the way he was getting on third down, the way he was cutting, his out routes, like everything looks so crisp and sharp. It's like this dude was injured. Like really? I don't understand. I just don't understand. Like this dude looked like he really didn't miss a beat. Zell, you got a lot of toss-ups here, man. You got a lot of toss-ups here, you say. So toss-up, maybe Rams are average. Yeah, they are average, but they've been playing well, man. Stafford has looked good. Nakua looks good. Kyron Williams looks good. Cooper Kupp looks good. And even though the Cardinals have looked like they've had some nice strides, I just think that the Rams got this one. The Rams got this one. I don't even think it's a toss-up. I think they win by more than 7. Next, you got the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the New York Jets. This game is at MetLife Stadium here. A lot of injuries have happened. And that includes DJ Reed, if I'm not mistaken. That includes Sauce Gardner. That includes, and then you also have a couple people out for the Philadelphia Eagles. So a lot of injuries have affected this line. That is why this line has remained 6.5, with the Eagles being the favorite. I've been taking a look. I've been wondering, why has this stayed the same? Injuries. That is the sole reason why. So I'm going to go with the Philadelphia Eagles to win this game. And I'm also going to lay the 6.5. I mean, even though there's injuries on both sides, I think the injuries affect the Jets more in this game. And I think that even though they're at home, I think Philly being undefeated, I think Philly's just no joke, man. Philly is legit no joke. They are a hell of a team. They're a team that I picked to go to the Super Bowl. Honestly, um, I don't see them being stopped. I don't see them being stopped. I don't see Zach Wilson, even though he has showed strides and has played better the last couple games. I just don't. I don't see it. I don't see him. I don't see him being able to, have the Jets cover 6.5. I think Philly wins by at least 7 points, at least seven. So I'm going to lay the 6.5. I think the Eagles win, and I think the Eagles also um, win by more than 7. So I'm going to lay the 6.5. If this was 7, honestly, I might take the New York Jets. But after hearing what happened with DJ Reed and Sauce Gardner, that was kind of the only chance I would give them to keep it within 7. But hey, looks like Eagles are going to remain undefeated, and looks like the Dolphins are going to see an undefeated Eagles team on primetime television next week, which is going to be a hell of a game. Eagles, Dolphins in Philly Sunday Night Football. I mean, that's gonna be a good one. Yo, Giannis, what up? What up? Going down in fantasy? Jesus, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. I have not checked my fantasy yet, but if you are beating me, darn. Darn. I hope that's not the case, man. George in the chat. If you are in the chat, I did send you that link. I hope it works. I hope I got you on here, my man. Rams should have won against the Eagles. Yeah, I thought they had a chance. I really thought they had a chance. Rams did let that one slip away. They really did. But back to the picks, man. I got the Eagles here, and I got the Eagles laying the 6.5. I don't think the Jets keep this within that score at all. I really don't. Not with Zach Wilson, not with those injuries to DJ Reed and Sauce Gardner. Next, a Sunday Night Football game. I mean, Jesus, can we just get? I mean, why do we have to watch this on primetime television? That's number one. Number two, how many damn primetime games do the New York Giants have? I mean, holy shit. Week 1, you got them against Dallas Sunday night. They get their ass kicked by over 40 points. Then you have them on Thursday Night Football against the 49ers. They get their ass kicked there. What else am I missing? They had to be in primetime more, right? There was Monday night against the Seattle Seahawks. They got their asses kicked there. That's 3 times. And now they're on freaking primetime television again. I mean, goddamn, how many damn primetime games are the New York Giants going to get? Can we just flex their asses out of here? Like, this is just a joke. Minus 15.5 point favorites are the Buffalo Bills here. At home, this is going to be an annihilation. Like, please, can we just not even have this? Like, they need to do something about this, because the amount of times that we get screwed over some primetime games, it just sucks. Like, right here, we have some way better games. We could have had something else flexed into here. Shoot, I would have taken the Saints and the Texans as a primetime game. I mean, god damn. But hey, it is what it is. I'm gonna lay the 15.5. Yeah, it's a huge number. I don't like doing it, but I'm obviously giving my picks against the spread. So I'm not betting this by any means, but I got the Bills winning this one, obviously, and laying 15.5 points at home. This is terrible. Yo, Steelers are on a bye, but number 1 in division. Okay, all right. Everyone doubted. Listen, buddy, it is still early. It is still early. Still early. Hate primetime games with a passion. Honestly, I hate when my team is primetime. I don't know if that's a hot take for anybody. I don't know if anyone else agrees for their own team. I personally hate when my team is on primetime. I'd rather just watch my team like 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock if I had to choose, but the primetime games, I hate it. I hate it. It looks cool. The jerseys look cool. You're playing at night. Like, I understand, but not a fan. Tyrod Taylor starting too. So, interesting. Monday Night Football game. So we got the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Los Angeles Chargers. This line opened up at 2.5 in favor of the Dallas Cowboys. Now it has gone down to 1.5. Austin Eckler appears to be back. I know Justin Herbert is going to play. Both of them were dealing with injuries. Mike Williams obviously still out. Chargers are at home, but that's going to be a Dallas Cowboys home game without a doubt. I got the Cowboys here. I got the Cowboys minus 1.5. They lost last week. They got to bounce back. They're going to have the advantage of all those Dallas Cowboy fans in LA. So Herbert being banged up, I think Parsons gets after his ass. I think Staley finds a way to fuck it up. Dallas Cowboys on this one. I got the Cowboys straight up and minus the 1.5. And that is it for my picks against the spread and straight up. So we're gonna bring in my guy George to the show, who is in the building.
You.
George, what up, my man?
What's up,
I'm
bro?
glad we worked that out on the fly, man.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it was tough, man.
I was trying to multitask there, man. How you feeling,
Yeah.
my man?
Good, man. Feeling good, man.
All
Another
right,
beautiful Sunday, bro. Another great
hell,
day for football.
hell yeah, man. Well, listen, last week 9-4, man. Like you're killing the game now. I
It
mean,
was good, man. It was a good week, bro. Good week last
yo,
Sunday. Good week.
bro, your record's at 32-17 now. Like that plus 15, man. That is looking nice, man.
Yeah. Hey, and listen, dude, we're not taking like what I'm saying. Like we're taking some bets on a plus too, so it helps, bro. You know what I
Hell
mean?
yeah. Hell yeah, man. So why don't you break it down, man? What you on today? Let me know. Let the fellas
Yeah.
know.
So look, let me start with the Ravens Titans. I was looking at that game, and I actually like the over there. I think they score enough points to hit this over, so I got 40 and a half. 40 and
Okay.
a half at minus 115. This is on Hard Rock Sportsbook. I like the over. I think they're going to put up some points. Now, I'm a little worried about Tennessee, but that total is not very high. You know what I'm saying? 40 and a half. That could be a 21-20 ball game. You know what I mean? Doesn't have to be terribly exciting. And I
Mm-hmm.
like the over there, bro. That's for my first pick.
All right, all right. I like it. I like it. What else you on, man?
So moving on to the next game, I got the Bears plus 3.5 versus the Vikings. Heard you talk about that game. Like
Yep.
you said, it could kind of be a toss-up, man. No Justin Jefferson as a huge playmaker for the Vikings. Now, Addison can step up and do some big things. I'm not saying that the Vikings can't win the game, but part of me feels like the Bears might win it outright, and I love getting 3.5. I got it minus 110 on points bet. Don't know
That's
if it's
good.
still available. Points bet is actually a sports book that I don't really recommend a lot of people to use because they limit you so fast. But
Damn.
if you have an account on there, got a little money on there, throw plus 3.5 the Bears against the Vikings, minus 110.
Yeah, if you could get that, I think that's awesome. It's +3 on 365 and FanDuel, the two that I've checked. But if you get it at 3.5, I like that spot. I think the Bears do.
Yeah,
I think they cover.
absolutely.
And DJ Moore and Justin Fields seem to be getting a little
Oh,
bit.
love that connection, bro. Yeah,
Yeah, that
yeah.
connection is starting. So
It
ride
looks good,
the
man.
hot hand. What else you on?
Absolutely. Next game. So I actually have the 49ers. I'm all over the 49ers. I have a lot of bets on it, but my two favorite ones that I was going to give out to you guys is the minus 3.5 for the first half. So for them to be winning by 4 or more points going
Ooh.
into the half, that's at plus 105 on FanDuel. So I like the plus money that I could get there. I don't know what is with this line, bro. Like early in the week, the lines were actually trending towards the Browns. So I guess a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people were putting money towards the Browns. Then, started going back to the 49ers and back to the Browns. And the last time I looked, the lines are trending back towards the 49ers. So I feel good about this, man. You know what I'm saying? Like getting it at plus 105, real good odds for me. I just feel like if the 49ers don't cover this, like I get it, it can happen. We always talk about that every week. You could lose
Yep.
any bet you put down. But if you're going to give me the 49ers just to cover a 3.5 first half spread against the Browns, who haven't looked that impressive and have a lot of injuries they're dealing with, I'm all over that, bro. All
Yeah,
over
and
it.
I like it. I like the Browns defense, but I mean the Niners are just they look freaking good. So you
They're good, man.
only got to be up by over 3 points. I think it's solid. Plus money. I don't mind it. I don't
Yeah.
mind that. I like that play. What else you on?
Staying with that game, the 49ers to score over 22 and a half. So this is a team total. This is just the 49ers to score 22 and a half points. I got it at
Okay.
minus 115 on Hard Rock Sport. Again, the 49ers look very dominant, even against one of the best defenses in NFL, or allegedly one of the best defenses in NFL, and the Cowboys. They put up a ton of points. Like you said, the Browns defense is solid. They're not bad by any means, but the 49ers are playing on another level, bro. And you telling me that they just need to score 23 points for me to cover that bet? I like the odds. I got it at minus 115 on Hard Rock Sportsbook, man. I like that bet a lot there as well.
I like it. CMC been doing his thing too. All right, George,
Yeah,
you
man.
cook. You cooking up. You cooking up. What else you on?
So going actually, I didn't even notice that I put these separately, but the Vikings and Bears sticking with that game under 44 and a half, plus 105 on Fliff. Again, getting a plus money bet on a number I like is great. 44 and a half. I don't know how explosive they're going to be. I'm not saying the Bears can't have another one of those games like they put up against the Commanders, Like they could definitely put up some points, but that seems to be an outlier of a game. You know what I mean? So I see this game being a little bit more low scoring, a little bit more conservative. So I like the under that 44.5 plus 105 on Fliff.
You know, it's crazy because you think about it. You know, the Bears give up a shitload of yards to teams, and also the Vikings defense, they blitz a lot, so they give up a lot of yards to teams as well. But usually when it's so obviously that way, I like zigzagging the other way
Yeah,
and taking the
yeah.
under. Honestly,
Facts.
it's never whatever's so if it screams like obvious, it's like, dude, they know what they're
Yeah,
doing,
you got
man.
to watch out, man. Vegas knows
Uh-huh.
what they're doing, man. A lot of lines are just, you
They
think they're crazy, but it's like, nah, it kind of worked out.
Yeah, there was another game. I think it was a Chiefs, and so I forgot. It was one game. I don't know if it was last week where everyone's like, "Yo, this one's gonna be high score." It might have been the Chiefs last week. I forgot off the top of my head
Yeah,
who they played.
yeah. I took
I was
the
the
under there
Vikings, I
too,
think.
man. And
Yeah.
yeah, it was, dude, it was like such a low, bro. I wasn't even sweating the under there, bro. It was like, it's crazy.
It always works out that way, man. All right, what else you on?
All right, so switching up to a different game. Now I'm going to the Patriots game. And again, two bad teams, Patriots and the Raiders. Like, I'm not even, bro, honestly, if it wasn't for red zone, I wouldn't peep a single second of this game. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I guess if they show them at some point, I like the under there too, man. Under 42.5, minus 115 on BetMGM. Just feels like a good number for two teams that haven't lived up to any. I'm not that people had a lot of expectations, but I think they've been worse than what people thought they were going to be. Like, I kind of, thought, all right, Bill Belichick's going to do a little something. And I'm like, Devontae Adams and Jacobs and, Garoppolo managing. I thought the Raiders were going to be okay too, but both of these teams look bad, bro. You know what I'm saying? They look bad. You're giving me under 42.5. You know what I'm saying? I'll take that all day, man. I really like the under in that game too.
Yeah, I like it. I like it as well. I mean, they don't look none of them look like they could put up a lot of points, man.
Nope.
Mac Jones looks like a freaking mess. Jimmy G and the Raiders. I mean, that primetime game last week was just like a mess, bro. Like that was so disgusting.
It wasn't good, man.
I
Wasn't good.
like Adams to have a big game, but under 42.5, I like it. I like it. What else you on?
Yeah, roll with it. All right, so I got my last two straight bets, then I got a few touchdown scores for you.
All
So
right.
I'm all over the Bills, bro. I'm all over the Bills. This Giants team has shown me nothing except just playing real bad. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Now look, until they show me that they're gonna cover, especially against a team like the Bills, bro, I'm gonna bet against them all day. And if the numbers tell me the same thing, I feel even better. So Bills first half. I'm getting a little greedy here, but I'm taking the minus 10 at plus 110 on Fliff. So for the Bills to be up, 13 zip or 20-7, something like that will cover it for you. I don't know how much points the Giants put up in this game. The Bills don't have a bad defense by any means, and they have a lot of weapons to put up points. So I really like the Bills first half minus 10. Again, might be getting a little greedy. You could probably find it somewhere minus 9.5, minus 7 or something like that. But I like the minus 10 in that spot, bro.
All right. That's minus 10, right? Not 10.5. You said
yeah, it's minus 10. Yeah, minus 10 flat, and then plus 110 on Fliff.
That's good. Worst case scenario, you probably get a push. I think that's solid.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, and if it happens, it's all good. And then again, sticking with the same thing, but now this is full game. I'm taking the Bills minus 16.5, plus 120 on Fliff as well. So again, whatever way you want to take it, some places might have it at minus 14, minus 14.5, minus 13. I stacked it up. You know what I'm saying? I'm just giving out my favorite one. But I'm on the Bills minus 16, minus 16.5, minus 17, minus 15.5. Like, whatever way I could get it, I was going to take the Bills. I just took whatever odds I could get it at, like, whatever book had it at the best odds. But again, like what have the Giants shown me to be like, oh, yeah, they're going to cover against the Bills? They haven't shown me anything, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to trust the Bills to put away a bad team early. You know what I mean? So, again, could we lose this bet? Absolutely, bro. There's no-brainers, but I like this bet against the Giants this week, man. I just think the Bills would be too much for them.
Yeah, especially at home in Buffalo, too. I like that. So 16.5?
Yeah, minus 16.5, plus 120 on Fliff.
Oh, I like it. Listen, I don't mind it for the reasons you gave. I mean, come on, and Buffalo's at home, and it's prime time. Like, that's motivating enough. So you say you got that's your last plays before.
That's it for the straight bets. Yep. Now I got a little touchdown scorers. So Brian Robinson, my boy Big Hat, I love him, bro, on the Commanders. Love him. And even though, again, that game might not be very exciting, but I think he gets into the end zone. And the price that I saw at plus 140 on Hard Rock, I love that. Jamar Chase, man, that's your boy. You called him for a touchdown last week. Great call by you. I saw him at plus 120 on Hard Rock again. Had to take it. I feel like now he's gotten a taste of what his normal production looks like. I feel like, they're gonna try to get him the ball again, knowing that that's the best way for their offense to move forward. You know what I mean? If they're using him. Cooper Kupp, another man who just like I was listening to what you were saying before and just looked like he didn't miss a beat, bro. And you're right. I'm getting him at plus 110 to score a touchdown on Fliff. Matt Stafford's favorite target. Nakua taking away some attention as well. You know what I'm saying? Everybody playing pretty well in that Rams offense, so I like to see that. I think he spreads the ball around, but looks for Kupp a lot, just like he used to when he was all the way healthy. Give me Montgomery to score for the Lions, minus 130 on Betway. They love to use him when they get into the red zone, and the Lions get into the red zone a lot nowadays. You know what I mean? So I feel good about him, getting one in there. And Stephon Diggs for the night game. We're following the same thing here. I just think that the Bills are basically gonna put up a ton of points, and I feel like Diggs being their, one of their number one, if not their number one weapons to get into the end zone, plus 110 on Hard Rock as well.
Oh, I like all of them, all of them for good reason too. Especially
last week I think I only picked one dude that didn't score a touchdown. So I'm hoping we do the same thing this week, bro.
You've been on the money. I like Kupp as well, especially since he didn't even score the last one. So I think this is the time at home where they get him to it. So I'm gonna rattle off my plays. First, I did share this tweet at 9 about Derrick Henry anytime touchdown. So that was my first play of the day. That has hit. So I did get Derrick Henry at plus money on Bet365.
Very nice. Good work. Good work, man.
Henry to score a touchdown is pretty much, it's a good bet to take, especially if he didn't score the previous game. So that was my thought process behind that. My second pick is the Atlanta Falcons minus 1.5. This is more of me not trusting the Commanders, even though their offense has looked, put up a lot of yards behind Bieniemy. I understand it. But the Falcons at home, I like them to win this game. This is just a straight gut feeling, and I like them minus 1.5. Also, Eagles minus 6.5, minus 110. Yeah, I'm sorry, bro, but
that's good, man. Hey, if you win a bet, you know what I'm saying? You win a bet. That's it.
Listen, I like that I thought the Jets had a chance to keep this one close, to be honest, but after finding out about Gardner not playing, DJ Reed not playing, the injuries to the offensive line, and then Zach Wilson being Zach Wilson, even though he's had a nice little couple outings, but listen, Eagles to win by at least 7. I'm laying the 6.5. I was surprised it stayed at that, which is kind of scary, but I'm rolling with it. My next one is the Vegas Raiders. We talked about it earlier, minus 2.5. I think just the Patriots are god awful. To be honest, there's nothing else about it. That's just straight gut pick, straight fading the Patriots. So that's my other play. And then this one I was on the fence about. I didn't want to share it, but you know what? I'm going to do so. I'm laying minus 1.5. Dallas Cowboys to win this game. I like them bouncing back here. I understand Eckler's back. I understand all that, but I mentioned it before, bro. This is basically a Dallas Cowboy home game, and they're coming off a loss. And the Chargers defense, they look a mess. So I think Dak Prescott could finally start to get in the groove of something. Like they need to see something from him desperately.
Yeah.
And Staley just always finds a way to fuck it up, bro. He just always does. Next play is Devontae Adams plus money to get into the end zone against the Patriots, who are without Christian Gonzalez. Patriots defense has looked bad ever since Judon and Gonzalez have went down. I like the Raiders to win this game, and if the Raiders, I like them to win this game, I think Adams gets into the end zone. He didn't get to the end zone last game. I don't think he got to the end zone the game before. I might be wrong, but I like him to get into it this week. And then my last play is the same game parlay for the Miami Dolphins. This one I didn't take plus 300. I got it 245. I went with a safe approach on here. Let me take this comment down. I went with a safe approach here. I had 100% profit boost, and I just wanted to get a W here. So I went Tyreek Hill, 70 yards. That should be money. Tua, 1 touchdown. That should be money. Minus 2.5 against a shitty Panthers team. That should be money. Tua, 225. And then Jalen Waddle getting 25 yards. So hopefully that hits. That's plus 245. There's profit boost just flying around on FanDuel. So I'm pretty sure somebody could to grab that. And those are my plays, man. What are your thoughts on the plays?
Hey, it looks good, man. Honestly, like, we've been pretty on the money, bro. You know, with the picks, and I hope we can keep it up, man. Like, obviously, like there might be a week where we don't, but until then, I mean, we just keep riding the streak as long as it lasts. You know what I'm saying? So right now, I feel like we're kind of we're at a good spot, man. We're at a good spot. It's early in the season, and I feel like that's when it's the hardest to kind of make the calls, because you know later in the season, I feel like you know everything is a lot more established, and then you know I don't know. I feel like it gets a little bit harder to kind of pick as the season, you know, when it's early in the season versus later in the season. So the fact that we're hot early is it's a good sign, bro. It's a good sign.
Yeah, and honestly, you know, the books start to get sharper as the season goes along. So
Yeah.
taking advantage early is always the best thing to do. And you see it like because I'm 16-8 and I like the record, I said, you know what, let me add a couple extra picks. So I went with, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 total. 1-0 so far with Derrick Henry scoring. But I like all the plays, man. I like them all.
Actually, I had classes in the morning, bro. I didn't even realize that the Ravens and the Titans game was the 9:30 start. I completely forgot about that. What was the final score of that game?
They're still going.
I can't use my phone when I'm out there coaching.
Yeah, no, they're still going on right now, and the score is 24-13. Baltimore is up. Tennessee has the ball in the red zone, if I'm not mistaken. So they can score. Your over
I just realized, bro, that I gave out that pick, the 40.5 or whatever, and I'm like, wait, that game, either already happened or is live now.
Yeah, it's 24-13. You had the over 40.5. And the Titans are in the red zone right now as we speak. So hopefully they score and get that over for you.
Awesome. My bad though. That I felt like that's my fault, man. Because you know I don't want to give something out that's already going on. You know what I mean? Like, so my fault for that, bro.
No,
I didn't even realize that was a 9:30 start, man.
Hey, no, it's all good, bro. Your play is actually still in play. I think. Oh, the Titans just scored a field goal now, so I guess they're gonna go for the onside. So now it's 24-16.
24-16. So that's 40 on the money, right?
Yeah, damn it. You have over 40.5.
Okay.
You need the onside. You need the onside kick to go your way. But if you did lose, that's a tough one, man.
Yeah,
that freaking hook, bro. That damn
hook. That's how it always goes, man.
Damn, it's gonna end if it ends at 40 and not 40.5. Always happens, man. But hey, that's betting.
Yeah, hey, that's how it goes, bro. That's how it goes.
That's better, man. George, bro, I appreciate you pulling up to the stream as always, man.
Absolutely.
Always holding it down, bro. Thanks for the plays. Let's have a good Sunday. Let's have another winning week. Yes, and I'll catch you next week, my brother.
All right, bro. Yeah, see you next week, man.
All right. Later, man. Everyone on the chat, once again, thanks for pulling up to the stream. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. I'll be here every single week. George will be here every single week as well, unless he does have a coaching event that he has to do. So once again, appreciate you guys tuning in. Hit that thumbs up button for your boy. Subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend, man. Let's go win some money. Good luck to your NFL teams. Good luck to we got some Giant fans in the chat. We got some Rams fans in the chat. We got some Steeler fans in the chat. Steelers are on a bye. But good luck to your teams. Good luck to your bets. Drink responsibly. All right, please. I know people like to drink on football Sundays. Keep it safe. All right? Keep it safe. Listen, also follow me on Twitter if you haven't as well. I post a lot of my bets on there, a lot of reminders about the show and things of that sort. All right. So I'll see you guys here for the Dolphin stream on Tuesday night at 8:00, previewing the following game against the Philadelphia Eagles. That should be a freaking treat. So that's going to be one hell of a stream. Jacoby's going to join me for that. And then I'll see you guys, as always, right here at noon for our NFL show. Best of luck, everyone. Enjoy football Sunday, week 5. Nando is out.